Hello, Cedar Valley, Neillsville Estates, and Stratford Knowles, and welcome to your October 2025 Real Estate Market Report. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty, and if you're living or looking in Germantown, there is no better place to keep up with what's going down in real estate than right here. This month we had updates on 7 different properties, including 2 coming soon, 2 new listings, 1 price change, 1 new contract, and 2 closings. That's a busy month, so let's get moving. We'll start off in Neillsville Estates at 11411 Brook Run Drive. This is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3,317 square foot colonial built in '93. Listed at the end of August, priced at $799,900. They dropped by $20K in September to $779,900. They spent the whole of October at that price to end the month at 67 days on market. 6-7. My kids would be delighted. 11528 Dragonfire Way in Stratford Knowles is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,100 square foot split foyer that listed at $550,000 in September and went under contract a week later. They closed for $560,000 on October 16th, $10K over their list price. In Cedar Valley, we've got 21120 Hickory Forest Way. Not the easiest address to say, but a fun one. It's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 3,026 square foot colonial built in '02. It listed at the end of August, priced at $899,000. They had a pretty sleepy September and apparently went full-on comatose in October. They pulled the house off the market on the 7th after 40 days and 40 nights on the market. Back over to Stratford Knowles, 11528 Scottsbury Terrace. It's one of the smaller split foyers here at 1,008 square feet, but still had 5 bedrooms and 2 full baths. It listed in August for $599,900. But it dropped their price by $20K 9 days later. They dropped by another $20K in September, and then had their third price drop, this one by $10K, to get them down to $549,900. Apparently dropping by $50,000 did the trick because they went under contract after 42 days on market, and they spent the whole month of October under contract, so we'll have to wait till next month to see what they got. Just down the road, we have 20929 Scottsbury Drive, a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath colonial at just over 2,000 square feet. It was coming soon on the 2nd and active on the 9th at $629,999. They went under contract less than a week later on the 14th. Back over to Cedar Valley, 11609 Seneca Forest Circle, a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,600 square foot colonial. Now, they showed up as coming soon on the 23rd and went active on the 30th, priced at $849,000. And back to Stratford Knowles for our final update for the month. 20911 Shakespeare Drive is the same 1,008 square foot split foyer design that we saw at 11528 Scottsbury Terrace, but this time with 4 bedrooms, and they have an attached 2-car garage. They listed for $579,990 in September, dropped their price by $5K after 2 weeks, then by $10K 10 days later, then by $15K on October 16th. Anyone else seeing a pattern here? Do I hear 20K? No? Well, no, because they went under contract on October 18th after 45 days on market. Taking a step back out to look at the rest of Germantown, October continued this summer's trend of sending mixed but concerning signals. There were 107 new listings in October, which is pretty typical for this time of year, and only 4 more than last year's number. Contract activity is slightly down, though. The 68 new contracts signed in this month is 10.5 below last year's number. Time on market was pretty flat, at least from last month, but it's still up considerably from last year. The median time to contract in October was 19 days, and the average was 34, but it's worth noting that the 108 active Germantown homes right now have been on the market for an average of 56 days and climbing. The listing failure rate remains concerningly high at 27.2%. That's double what it was last year. Then we come to prices. I've been saying that prices would turn negative this fall ever since our February market report, and they just did. Year-over-year prices in Germantown are down 0.8%. But I think that rate is going to continue to decline as values are already 1.9% off their March peak. On a more positive note, the average 30-year fixed-rate loan was down again this month, ending October at 6.3%. Be sure to check back next month, or if you'd prefer more timely updates, including all of the listing photos for each property, Register at the link in the description, and we'll set you up with a free automatic email anytime a property hits the market, has a price change, goes under contract, or closes in our neighborhoods. And remember, if you or one of your friends or neighbors are looking to buy or sell, give me and my team a call. I'm Jed Williams with Hagan Realty, and Germantown, you'll be moved.